Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got another top 10 video for you to round out 2018. We're going to be talking about the 10 best products that I've received in the subscription box this year. Now, I honestly don't subscribe to a lot of boxes anymore. I used to be subscribed to Birchbox and to Ipsy and to Sephora Play, but I ended up canceling all of those just because I had like tiny product overload. So currently I am subscribed to BoxyCharm with the Boxy Luxe upgrade, and I also get FabFitFun every quarter. I pay for both of these subscriptions with my own money. I don't have any kind of affiliate relationship with either of these brands, although I do have like the standard referral links that I think everybody that signs up gets. So if you decide after watching this video you want to sign up for BoxyCharm or for FabFitFun, I will put those referral links in the description box. Just gives a little bit of extra something to me. I greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to use those if you don't want to. So I went back and looked through old blog posts and videos, and I pulled up the websites for BoxyCharm and for FabFitFun and looked at everything I received throughout this year, which has been a lot, especially with both BoxyCharm and FabFitFun being kind of like larger subscriptions. They are more expensive, but you get a lot of stuff. So I thought long and hard, and I have come up with, I think, a pretty solid list of my best of the best. Just as a heads up, these are in no particular order, especially because they're not very similar products. I love them all for different reasons. So number 1, number 10, doesn't make any difference. But the first product that I want to talk about is probably one of the oldest, I think, of everything here. This is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. This is something I did get from BoxyCharm, and I want to say it was in like our February box. It's basically almost a year old now at this point, and I actually really enjoyed using this primer in the cooler months. I'm kind of just getting back into it. When it's the summer, I have extremely oily skin. Once it gets much drier and cooler here in Connecticut, my skin tends to kind of like level out, be more normal to combination. It's kind of weird that I've been feeling, if anything, a little bit more dry recently. It's thrown me for a loop. So I have been reaching for this again, and I really enjoy this primer. It is very silky. It has a nice smooth texture, but it's not too slippery. It's almost kind of like a cross between a smoothing primer and a hydrating primer. And while it says luminizing, it doesn't have glitter in it. It doesn't have shimmer. So many luminizing primers, I feel like they're just straight up glitter, which is mostly going to be covered up by your foundation anyway. I never really understood the point of those kinds of products. Maybe it's because I'm oily and I don't get it. But this for me just creates a very smooth base for applying your foundation. It sort of hydrates your skin and preps it, kind of plumps it up, and then allows your foundation to really glide on. I can't say necessarily that it makes it last especially longer. I haven't really noticed that. I just like the way my makeup applies and wears whenever I have used this. So this is something, it's also very expensive. Dr. Brandt products, they're not cheap. So I was very excited to get this, especially in a $21 subscription box. Speaking of extremely expensive things I would never expect to get in a subscription box, this next one is from FabFitFun. We received this little Foreo Luna, or Foreo Fofo. Luna Fofo? I don't remember what the exact name of this is. It's one of the new generations of Foreos, and it's more like travel friendly, but unlike the original Foreo Play, this one is rechargeable. Like, you can put new batteries in it when it runs out. You don't have to just like throw it away once the juice is all run out. So I thought that was awesome. And FabFitFun members got to be like the first people to try these. This I think was in the summer box, and it hadn't even launched yet. So like now you can get this at Sephora. It's like $80. And I got it in a $50 subscription box, which I thought was wild. It's a really cool little device, and I honestly think I like the Foreo better than like the Clarisonic type brushes, which you have to buy new brush heads for constantly. They're harder to clean. This is obviously much more sanitary because it's silicone. You can kind of disinfect it, if you will, a little bit more easily. I haven't really used the like moisture sensors that they have on the back and the whole app integration all that much. I pretty much just use this for cleansing, but I just thought this was such a cool thing for them to include, to collaborate with like a big name brand, and for it to be like a new launch. That was really awesome. The third product that I received this year from a subscription box that I absolutely adore is this little guy here from Alamar Cosmetics. This is the Reina del Caribe Volume 1 palette. Super fun fact, they're releasing Volume 2 really soon. They haven't shown what the inside looks like yet, but I'm excited for it. So if you guys don't know what this is an eyeshadow palette. It's very tropical and fun. The quality of these eyeshadows is out of this world. For a very first product launch, I think Gabby did a fantastic job with this. Let me just swatch a couple of these shades for you so you can understand just how freaking beautiful. Look at that. How crazy are those foils? Am I right? And even like the matte shades, they're super smooth, they're very pigmented, they're very blendable. I just think this palette is gorgeous. It's got a really pretty color story. Even though there's only 8 shades in here, you can create some really fun looks. Like you get 4 mattes, you get 4 shimmers, and the mattes are very sort of warm. They're a little bit on the deeper side. I think this palette definitely will flatter people with deeper skin tones, but even if you're fair, you can still use these shades if you want to get like a very fun tropical kind of pop of color sort of look. So this is something I'm really, really glad they included in the box. Also, I think it was awesome considering Alamar was a new brand. It's Latina founded, woman founded, and so just for BoxyCharm to essentially expose their huge audience to this brand and basically give them some love, I thought that was really cool. Now, these next 2 products are things I both received in a Boxy Luxe box. So Boxy Luxe is BoxyCharm's latest sort of subscription upgrade that you can purchase, where once per season, instead of getting like your regular normal BoxyCharm box, you get a Boxy Luxe box. It costs, I think, like $28 or $29 more than the original BoxyCharm for a total of $50 in that 1 month, but you get like over $300 worth of product. It's kind of insane. I actually have done unboxing videos of both the September and the December Boxy Luxe boxes, so they will both be linked for you guys in the description box, as well as I'll maybe like throw it up in the cards, whichever side those are on. So you guys can check those out if you'd like to see the rest of what was in these boxes. But probably the 2 things from the September box that I've used the most are this Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum and this Luxie Pro Airbrush Foundation Brush. This serum is like $80, which is insane, but it's so good. I used this a ton basically in the early fall when it was still pretty warm, and I loved it because it didn't make me greasy. It just absorbed quickly into my skin. I felt like my skin was smoother. I had less texture. I had less redness when I was using this. My skin just seemed to love it whenever I was using it. So I was definitely a believer with this, and considering how expensive it was, again, I thought it was crazy to me to receive this in a subscription box. And then this brush. Oh, this brush. This brush makes me both very happy and very sad. It makes me very happy because it's absolutely beautiful and it applies your foundation just like effortlessly. It is so insanely soft. The bristles are dense, but not like packed to the point where they're stiff and uncomfortable when you're blending foundation on your face. It washes beautifully. The design is stunning. I feel like this brush will last me a very, very, very long time. But this brush is $38, which is probably the most expensive single makeup brush that I own. And again, to get this in a subscription box totally blew my mind because this is a brand new line from Luxie. The Pro tools that they're releasing, I think, just became available either in the summer or early fall of this year. So essentially, Boxy Luxe subscribers were able to be some of the first people to get to try this. So I thought that was fantastic. But it pains me because to recommend this to you guys, it's like spending that much money on a single makeup brush when you can get like a whole set of good brushes for the same amount of money. It's hard for me to justify, but I really can't deny that I love this brush, and it is most definitely one of my favorite things I received in a subscription box this year. So let me give some more love back to FabFitFun. This next one I received, I think, in my spring box, if I'm remembering correctly, but I surprisingly have really loved this little palette. This is the Tarteist Pro Glow palette, which is a contouring and highlighting palette. I'm going to try not to blind you guys with the mirrors. But basically you get like 4 highlighting shades, a cream bronzer, and a powder bronzer in here. It smells like vanilla, which is delicious. And what's cool about this, or cool, funny, I don't know what the correct word would be, I'm not normally someone that buys contouring palettes. I don't necessarily feel like people need them because most of the time they contain at least a few shades that aren't going to work for your skin tone. I think they make a lot more sense for people that are makeup artists. So I personally have never found it worth it to actually go out and buy a contouring palette like this. The flip side, I have been able to get several of them in subscription boxes like FabFitFun. So it's always really nice to me to like essentially get a product that I wouldn't want to pay full price for in a subscription box. I still get the benefit of having it, getting to play with it, getting to try it without having to shell out the full price to get it, you know? So while I probably wouldn't have gone out and ever purchased this palette, I'm glad that I have it because I actually use it a fair amount. All of the powders in here are really beautiful, especially these highlights. This shade's Stunner. It's just like very blinding and creamy. Let me maybe give you guys a little swatch so you can see. Look at that shine. So gorgeous. And then the bronzer shades in here are actually really nice as well. They're very buttery and smooth. They're never patchy on my skin. It's kind of hard to see it swatched, but I feel like on the face, it's really nice because it's buildable. It's not too harsh. The cream contouring shade is a little bit on the deep side, but if you actually apply it like under foundation, you can make it blend in really nicely, or you just kind of got to go in with a light hand. So all in all, very, very pleased that I got this. I think this was sort of like a dark horse favorite of mine. Now this next product isn't a particularly valuable product, but I was so excited to get this. When I saw this in my box, I basically was like over the moon. Back in the springtime, BoxyCharm sent all subscribers a ColourPop palette, and there was a variety of different ones you could get, and this was the one I had my fingers crossed that I would get, so I was extra pumped. It was the one I received. It is the Element of Surprise palette, which is basically essentially a collection of warm neutrals and then like fun pops of color. But these are shades I honestly really love, and I've worn this palette so much. This purple right here, I freaking love this purple. Also, this kind of duochrome shade is really interesting, and like the mattes in here, I love ColourPop matte shadows. They're so buttery, they're so smooth. Let me give you guys a little swatchy swatch. Aren't those nice? I just think they're so pretty and pigmented. They go on really, really beautifully. I really enjoy this palette, and it retails normally for like $16. It's not a particularly expensive palette. Like, I could easily afford to go out and buy this on my own if I wanted to. And yeah, I think part of it was just the guilt of buying another eyeshadow palette because I have so many. So to receive it in a subscription box, it kind of was guilt-free. Like, I didn't go out and specifically buy it, but I still got to use it and enjoy it. So this is something I'm really, really glad that I was sent, and I will continue to love and use. So something that's a little bit of a random subscription box favorite from this year is this gel eyeliner from Pretty Vulgar. It's the ink liner in the shade Blacklist. First of all, let's take a moment for this packaging. How freaking cute is this? It basically is meant to look like a little ink jar that you would dip a quill into, which I think is, packaging is one of those things that gets me. I can't help it. I'm a sucker. But aside from the fact that it's pretty to look at, it's actually a really decent gel eyeliner. I like it a lot. And I think part of the reason why I have such a soft spot for this is that I had kind of gone through an anti-eyeliner phase, if you will, for a while this year. I just like wasn't in the mood to do a winged liner ever, and I hadn't used a gel eyeliner in months and months and months. And then when I got this in my BoxyCharm, I was like, you know, I should probably try it out. And it really got me back into it. I've really enjoyed doing a wing here and there. I've enjoyed experimenting with this liner and other ones. So I kind of give this product credit for kind of getting me back on the gel eyeliner bandwagon. And I think it's nice. It dries down very, very matte, very black, Again, Pretty Vulgar is like a Sephora brand, so this retails for $20-something. It's a really nice value, so this was basically worth as much as the box. Now this guy is newer to me. I think this came in October or November's box. I don't honestly remember, but I freaking love this product. This is the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. First of all, this stuff smells legit like a lime popsicle, which makes me like irrationally happy. Like, it makes me think of my childhood, and I really enjoy it. But aside from that, I think this does a fantastic job of getting your makeup off. I mean, it works like any other cleansing balm. You apply it to dry skin, you massage it in, it'll break down all your makeup, and you rinse it off. But I think what I especially found impressive about this is that it rinses clean. It doesn't leave a residue on my skin where I feel like I need to go in and cleanse again. There are times sometimes when, I wear a lot of mascara, so if I have any residual mascara or eyeliner, I'll go in with a cotton pad and a little micellar water to just clean up that area. But other than that, I feel like all of my face makeup, it takes it all off. It's kind of awesome. So I was super excited to get this in a BoxyCharm box. I don't think I would have necessarily gone out and bought this just because the full size is like $30-something, and while I was very curious about it, I have a lot of other skincare, so I think I just constantly was telling myself, no, you need to use up what you have, you shouldn't go out and buy any new skincare, so I got to try it anyway. Thanks to BoxyCharm. If you've been counting, you'll realize we are down to product number 10, the last one of my countdown. And so this is my thing. I realized that I just received my winter FabFitFun box and my December Boxy Luxe box, and I haven't really had enough time to consider anything in those boxes. I feel like a year-long favorite. Like, I just haven't had the time to test them out enough. But I kind of feel like I'm not going to be able to include them in next year's roundup because they came to me in 2018. So I wanted to save this last spot for, well, I guess I'm kind of cheating. I'm like 10 and 11. I have two products, one from FabFitFun and one from Boxy Luxe, that I'm most excited about and that I was most impressed to see in a subscription box. So in FabFitFun, I got the Oribe Gold Lust Dry Shampoo. This is a $44 dry shampoo, and y'all know if you watch my videos how I feel about their dry texturizing spray. I freaking love it, but I think it's stupidly expensive, and I would never tell anybody to go spend that much money on a single hair care product. But I was really excited to get this. It was an option, like we did get to pick one of 3 things, so I was able to choose this to receive in my FabFitFun box as a regular subscriber, and I was just kind of blown away that they would work with such a bougie, expensive hair care brand. I thought that was really awesome. So this is definitely something that I feel is worthy of a top 10, just to see it in a box at all. And then in Boxy Luxe this month, we got the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream, which is an $89 moisturizer. This is so crazy expensive, but I honestly have heard nothing but rave reviews about this product. So many people talk about how amazing it is for your skin, and it's hydrating, but it's not too heavy, and it just helps to clear up redness and texture, and it's supposed to work miracles. I don't know. I obviously just received this, so I haven't had time to properly test it out and decide whether or not it's good, because skincare often takes a while. So this is something I definitely am going to have to continue to test and try, but it's probably one of the coolest things I was sent this year, just considering how hyped it is and how expensive it is. So that is it. Those are my top 10 products I received in subscription boxes this year. I hope you guys found this fun, interesting, entertaining perhaps. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. And let me know in the comments down below, what subscription box products have you received this year that you absolutely loved? Like, what are your top 5, your top 10? Let me know what subscriptions you receive and what are some of the best things that you've gotten. If you want to see the rest of this top 10 series, I've got a couple more videos coming your way. Make sure you click the subscribe button down below. That way I'll show up in your subscription feed, and you can also again click that notification bell if you want to know exactly when my videos go live, because I am not consistent on time. I've tried before to set a time and it never happens. So we just accept here on this channel. I try to get a video up sometime on Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, on that note, I'm gonna let you go, but I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.